All right, what is up, YouTube? M40 here. We're going to be looking at a more refined version of Spyral with the future in mind for this. Now, bear in mind, as we are heading into the future here, we are getting Magician Souls released in January 2020. And this card changes the way that Spirals are going to be looked at for really the rest of this format. Really, the future, actually. So, Magician Souls says you can send up to 2 spells and trap cards your hand and or field to the graveyard to draw the same number of cards. But that's not what we care about here. I mean, we care about that, but we care about the fact that you can send 1 level 6 or higher spellcaster monster from your deck to the graveyard, which is Master Plan here. Remember, this thing is a spellcaster. And then you get to splash some of this from free. And then you can combo up, do some plays with your Master Plan, and then you can Magician Souls, discard your missions that you've accumulated, or other things at that point, and then just net yourself some advantage. And Lundrity's been playing this deck this whole Zodiac tournament this month. The current pool, or the current format for the tournament is TCG OCG. Now, that means that we're playing under current TCG ban list, but the entire OCG card pool is legal, which means that we get to see the future if we continue to play under the current format, which actually is pretty cool in my opinion, because we get to see where future deck ideas are going to roam in and what the player base will be seeing as probably some of the best decks really out there. So Spirals, it's so under the radar right now. I know a few people know about this deck, but a lot of players just aren't really, going for it. Now, your basic win condition for this deck, you basically set up Trigate with something on the top, Phoenix to the left, and then, standard double Helix to the right, because we have the best arrows. You usually will have an Appaloosa up top. The best boards I've seen are 3 negates, maybe 4. Sometimes you're pushing it a little bit more, but 3 negates to 2 negates is about average for seeing an Appaloosa loaded with this deck. I know that Appaloosa with Trigate with Sleeper, just for full setup, is actually quite insane. And you'd be lying to yourself if that didn't seem like a good board. Basically, by the point that you're setting up Appaloosa, this is your priority so you don't get rocked. If your opponent does end up rocking you, though, it's not like you can't actually recover, because as soon as the Appaloosa touches down, you're good to go, literally. If they have to burn on just basic Spiral combo, it's not like you can't recover because you don't have, just 4 built-in special summon extenders here. Alright, so what's going on with this deck? So, we are playing the 1 copy of DD Crow. This card is actually broken because at the point that you combo off, you get to make the Recite Starling to go search for it. And actually, probably the coolest thing I've seen him do with this is he makes the Appaloosa and gives it an extra 600 buff, because when Recite Starling is exceed summoned, you target 1 face of monster and it gains 300 attack and defense for each material attached to it. So you get to just, if you've got 3 loaded up on this, you just get to give it an extra 600 buffer, which will just punish the opponent. And the opponent's like, what do I actually do against a 3,000 Appaloosa? I'm just saying that kind of scares me. Then we're packing in the Danger package. I know a lot of people are probably looking at this and going, we really have to play Danger? Yes, you do. So we're playing 2 copies of Nessie, 2 Jackalope, and 2 Tsuchinoko. You need discard outlets because you can hard draw, the bad cards in your deck, which are stupid bad mission cards. You basically need to be able to tutor them out, and the Danger package gives you 1 deck thinning additional draw power because you want to be able to see the best card in your deck, which is Magician Souls. I'm going to say this honestly, if you are playing less than 3 Magician Souls in this deck, you are doing it 100% wrong. This is the best card that your deck has for comboing, and the fact you can 1-for-1 it where art thou it, literally, this card wins you games. This is the only reason why Spirals are able to be back on top of the playing field, because they decided to give Dark Magicians a draw card and tutor ability out for, Master Plan, which just makes this deck, even more consistent. I never actually thought a Dark Magician card would see play in my Spyral deck, but okay. Our Spyral engine itself. So we play the 1 drones. I know everybody has the dream right now. They're like, oh man, they could bring drones and Quick Fix back to a higher number. And my argument to that is I don't think they're going to. So we have 1 drones, 1 last resort. Now we play double master plan. Now double master plan is in case you hard draw it. There's nothing wrong with, you just need 1. Your opponent DD Crows it, cool, you have the second one fully loaded, you should be able to combo off. This is the heart and soul of your deck. This is the card that you want to disrupt, and if both of them become outed, then you should win the game, in theory. We have 1 Quick Fix, 1 Sleeper, and 2 Super Agent. Once again, we're playing no tough. There's no reason to try to play tough. I honestly just think it's an additional brick. It's not something that you really want to deal with. Then we play the 1 card destruction. Considering the way that the deck fundamentally works, a lot of your bricks come in multiple cards that all have once per turn clauses. So, you know, like you'd hit 2 of these or something. Or if you dead draw like dangers. Card destruction lets you filter through that hand and capitalize for more things. Also, if your opponent sees a card destruction, this can actually easily bait an Ash Blossom, because your opponent's just going to be like, oh, he's playing Dark World, I don't want a +4 or something like that. And it's perfectly understandable. It's actually quite a dual-edged sword. We have 1 Foolish Barrel, then we have triple Foolish Barrel goods to drop our missions to the graveyard if we need to start a combo or something. We have 1 Monster Reborn, beautiful extender. 1 for 1, once again, this is level 1, so you can 1 for 1 this out of your deck, no problem. Then we have the 2 Big Reds. 2 Big Reds is fine. I think playing multiples of these, you just, as you're drawing through combo, you just have to make sure that you can actually search for both of these and the utility wire, no problem. Just additional discard fodder if you really need it. Then we have the 1 Assault for the General Extender, a 1 Resort with the 1 Hornet Drones and the triple Engage. Literally at the point of, if you open up like the best scenario hand and you actually can, you know, Foolish Burial drop, or, you know, 1 for 1 drop and then resolve and engage for, you know, best value, you're going to go into a winning position. It's actually kind of scary good how spliced this can be in the deck, because literally just engage Hornet Drones just gets you 2 steps closer to resolving that Appaloosa that you want to stick. Then we have the 1 Terraforming, and then we have the triple Wear Off, though. So as long as we control a level 1 monster, we have to add a level 1 monster from our deck to our hand. So key level 1s here are these guys, I guess the DD Crow, because this is a special summon. So as long as we can Wear Off, thou, search for this, nobody cares, because we got to our best card. Then we play the 1 Anti-Spell Fragrance. Lund was mentioning that he likes Anti-Spell over the Imperial Order, just because if you get into the situation that you have, you know, Resort up and then your Imperial Order to lock yourself out, you can't attempt to play the game. And I agree with that pretty well. So on the turn that you're going for the Griffin combo, you just beam out the Anti-Spell Fragrance, and you just are like, alright, cool. So just an additional dump off of Curious. Then we have the 1 Utility Wire and the triple Rescue. Down here in the extra deck, we have the 1 Trigate, hello Wincon. We have the 1 Kagari, the 2 Double Helix, the 1 Platinum Gadget, 1 Linkuriboh, 1 Unicorn, 1 Phoenix, and the 1 Gryffindor. Then we have the 1 Nightmare Cerberus. Then we have the 1 copy of Curious. And then we have Barricade Borg Blocker. So like most decks are using this for, things like Orcust, this is going to be another discard outlet for you. You're able to basically feed off, get a mission, get your quick fix in the graveyard. Whatever you need, you can have answered by this. We have 1 Appaloosa, 1 Recital Starling, and 1 copy of Dualhan. Dualhan is just for the burst damage turn. If you need to have over something, it's here. And then the side deck, we have triple Chaos Hunter to out Orcust for this current point in time. Triple copies of Dark World and No More for the sentient boards that we have to break. Triple copies of Chalice for anything that the opponent's putting up that's an issue. Triple copies of Lightning Storm because this card is just insane. And then we have triple copies of Red Reboot, wrapping up Lundrity's current deck list for everybody. So, what do you guys think? I quite honestly think that this deck is very impressive. I am honestly looking forward to Spyral's actually taking off for the next real format. Depending on where the ban list takes us and things like that, I potentially think that this deck could see a lot of play. Don't be surprised in a month from now when you're looking at this deck and you're like, Spyrals are good. Nani? So guys, what do you think? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and well, I'm out, guys. The ride never truly ends. Thank you, patrons, for helping support the channel. Without you guys, I don't know if I'd still be doing this. And for those of you that like Cardfight Vanguard, FanCool40 is here for all your content needs. And those of you asking if I sell cards, mcoolgames.com for all your trading card game needs. Check the description for more interesting info. Thanks for watching, guys.